For quite some time, probably over a year, there's been some concern and discussion that Evernote may not have a bright future, especially after the company was sold and they laid off all their staff. Well, those fears still linger today if you follow the news groups and the forums. I'm Dave Edwards. We're starting to get some answers about the long-term future of Evernote, and I want to share those with you today. Hey, a quick reminder, my course, Evernote for Beginners, shows you how to set up Evernote and use it most effectively. Check it out at daveedwardsmedia.com. Click on courses. So if you read the forums, you're still finding comments from people who are worried that Evernote won't survive and are worried about what will happen to their notes if the worst case scenario happens. Well, we're starting to see evidence that fears of Evernote's demise are greatly exaggerated. The website Sifted posted an interview with Luca Ferrari, the CEO of Evernote's parent company, Bending Spoons. I'll put a link to the article in the show notes below. If you read the article, you're going to learn some really, really interesting points. First of all, Bending Spoons announced that they have acquired the assets now of a video streaming company, which the article says the deal was likely at a fraction of the price than the company was worth when the previous owners bought them at the peak of the market in 2021. So Bending Spoons probably got a pretty good deal. This was actually Bending Spoons' third acquisition of 2024. It started when the company bought Meetup last January and Mosaic's group suite of mobile apps for over $100 million. So the company got $155 million in funding from growth investors last February, which gives them a lot of flexibility, to buy other companies going forward. In the article, the CEO is quoted as saying, "Our ambition is to build one of the most significant technology companies in the world through this particular strategy," which I guess you could say is a little bit like if Berkshire Hathaway and Google had a baby. Specifically about Evernote, Ferrari said that Evernote is now profitable. The article says, Bending Spoons is known for its ruthless approach when it comes to improving the performance of its acquisitions. It acknowledges that prior to the acquisition, Evernote was not profitable. And we all remember what happened when Evernote was purchased by Bending Spoons. I mean, they laid off nearly all of the 250 employees that were working for Evernote, both in the United States and in Chile. And that created a lot of consternation, of course, people saying, what's going on here? Well, in fact, they moved their entire operations to Europe. And a few months later, they then started to encourage, or I guess you could say push users to pay to get off the free accounts by reducing what the free plan offered. And then they increased the rates. Oh, we all know about that. I mean, I got a lot of emails from people who were really upset about that. But something that the article does not get into, all of the many improvements that Evernote has made since the acquisition. They rewrote the code that powers Evernote. The ownership said that the old code was clunky, and that's why the program was running so slow. And we also know that under the old system, certain features weren't available on all platforms. So the code had to be rewritten, they say. And they've made a lot of other improvements. I mean, it seems like every week we're hearing now of something new being added to Evernote. And I've been making videos on a whole lot of that. So I think this should give Evernote users a bit of comfort. I mean, first of all, we now know through the article that Bending Spoons is profitable and Evernote is profitable. They have money at their disposal. We've seen the improvements that they have made. And why would a company like Bending Spoons be investing so much into Evernote if they weren't committed to it? And they've said they are committed to it. So I don't know. I hope that helps. I hope this article helps in allaying some of the fears that some people have had. But I want to share a pet peeve of mine, if you don't mind. I periodically see people post in the forums and on news groups about their frustrations with Evernote. Could be a failure of a feature, a feature that they think is missing from Evernote that they want. They don't want to pay the price. They don't like the way the plans are structured. Now, look, I think these are all legitimate feelings that people are allowed to have. I don't fault anyone for that. But then they post, so it's goodbye to Evernote and things like, I'm leaving Evernote for good. Just leave already. I mean, what are we or Evernote supposed to do? Plead you to stay with the company and with the program? Look, nobody can make everyone happy. There's things about Microsoft Word that I wish were different, but I don't really expect Microsoft to immediately jump because, I say that they should use it, or that I would threaten to leave Microsoft because they're not listening to me. Same thing applies to Evernote. If you don't like it, just move on. Okay, that feels better. Enough of my rant. In 2023, we were told that Bending Spoons would be working on debugging problems. And while some issues remain, my experience is that Evernote is more reliable and works faster. They also promised new features. And in recent months, we've seen plenty. So many, in fact, that I keep falling behind in testing and reporting on them during these videos. But I'm going to continue. So please subscribe. You won't miss any of them. And I'll keep you up to date on how to most effectively use the new features in Evernote.